everybody, Lawman Mike with www.lawmanguitars.com. Boy, have I got a really cool guitar here. What we have is a 2003 Plummer Acoustic Electric Dreadnought. Now, what is a plumber? Well, back in the 70s, there was a man by the name of Dave Plummer who was here in Des Moines, Iowa, who was a luthier, and he was making these really special guitars, and they just kind of evolved with him here in Des Moines. A lot of people I've talked to here in Des Moines said they used to work for him around town, and a lot of the luthiers that are here in town work for Dave Plummer, so he was kind of a training ground for a lot of the guys that are doing guitars today. But he passed away back in 2005, and a few of these have been floating up to the surface. I've been waiting for one to show up in my hands because I've seen a lot of them. This is the first one I had the opportunity to buy. Now, how do we know it's a Plummer guitar? Well, first of all, he did this real unique P logo on the top, which is very unique. It's got a P and kind of a gaucho hat or some sort of a wide brim hat on it, and all the Plumbers had that on there. And then also inside it says Plummer, January 1st, 2003. So he dated his guitars for you. Didn't have to deal with serial numbers or anything like that. And the other thing that you can always tell Plummer guitars from is their unique neck attachment. This is actually a bolt-on glued neck. I was told that by one of the luthiers here in town. You have to take this bolt out, which is for your strap button, and then you release the glue and they slide out. So it was a very unique joint that Plummer had developed himself. I've never seen another one like it. When I saw it, it's kind of like, wow, that's unusual. What is that? So that's very unique about the guitar. And then you come down to what he does with the guitars themselves. Usually he had someone who did an awful lot of marquetry on the fretboards and thereabouts on the guitar. This one is actually pretty understated, although there is a little Volkswagen right here at the 12th fret. I believe this guitar was initially made for someone associated with Volkswagen here in Des Moines. So it's actually pretty understated. I've seen a lot of them that have pearl all the way up and down the neck, which they're kind of like, wow, that's a lot of stuff going on, which for me makes them a little more difficult to play. So a little less fancy stuff, but this is very nice. I like that. But the other thing is he used these incredible woods on his guitars. This one has a cedar top, which is just, it gives it a very warm, very tender sound. You can get after it if you want to, but oh, finger pickers, they love these guitars. The necks are a little bit wider, so you have better spacing for your hands. I'm not a finger picker, I would show you that. But finger pickers love these guitars, and they have quite a following around Nashville, I understand. But that's not enough. He then went and used Brazilian rosewood for the back and sides. I mean, this is material that is so expensive that usually they only use it for fretboards because they want it to go so far. So he must have had some inventory of rosewood, and it's Brazilian rosewood at that. I had several luthiers look at it and say, that's Brazilian rosewood. So, I mean, we won't be able to ship this guitar out of the country. There's too much Brazilian rosewood in it. But I'll tell you what, talk about beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely strikingly beautiful, the woods that he used in this. And then he has his own binding that he made. It's a combination of some sort of pearloid material, then wood, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4 ply traditional binding combination, which is just gorgeous. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. He used it on the front and the back. On the front, he did the pearloid, which matches the rosette around the sound hole, and then the back parallels that without the pearloid in it. He used Sprezel USA gold tuners on it, and it's just absolutely exquisite. Now, if that wasn't enough, apparently the person he built the guitar for wanted it to be an electric guitar also. And I spoke to, or actually I communicated with the person who installed the electric system in the guitar from a shop here in town. He says, I put that in for Dave Plummer. I remember doing it. It's a RMC Pro amp system. Now, I was not familiar with RMC, but I can tell you they are very, very expensive. When I looked them up, to buy this pickup system for this guitar would cost you over $700 alone just for the pickup system. And it uses these little brass saddles for the guitar, which also gives it a very distinctive look. They're very shiny and they're gold looking, but they are brass. And they just do a fantastic job of transferring that sound through this guitar. It is X-braced, and it has tons of bracing on the sides as well as the back and the top. Boy, I'll tell you, he's even braced up around the neck of this guitar. He has put a ton of work into this guitar, but it's just absolutely fantastic. A nice big joint here at the top. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's so cool just to look at, and then you get to play it. It's a really fun guitar to play. Big sound. He also used very big frets. I was just noticing that while I was playing up here. Very pronounced. These, are they jumbos? Well, they're big frets. I don't know that they're jumbos, which is kind of unusual on a acoustic guitar like this, but boy, I'll tell you, they felt very familiar for an electric guitar player. Boy, there's a lot of frets up here. Wow. Wow, this guitar is a blast to play. I mean, it's gorgeous and it's fantastic. I just love playing this guitar. You know what? Let's hook this thing up and see how that RMC preamp system sounds. So we've got this guitar hooked up now in our RMC, and it's going into a Fender Deluxe 90 amp, so we don't even have an acoustic amp, but it still sounds really, really good. Lots of controls here for your mid, your treble, and your bass, as well as volume, so you've got plenty of controls over the guitar. I don't know why I feel like I need to play jazz on this guitar, but it just sounds so mellow. Wow, what a cool guitar. So anyway, the guitar sounds fantastic acoustic. It sounds really good electric. What else can I tell you about this guitar except it has the coolest case you've ever seen in your life. When I went to the shop, the first thing I saw was this gigantic Ameritage case. There it is, I got it out. A Meritage case. And I said, what in the world comes in that case? It has like 1 million latches and it's hard and tough and weighs a lot. I mean, this is some case. I've never seen these before. And I'm not kidding, it's an incredible case. You know me and cases. I was just so excited when I saw it. So anyway, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 latches, leather handle, leather binding on it, this really heavy-duty, canvasy kind of stuff. And it's just, what a case. I mean, it's got a humidifying system inside of it. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here about the case. I left it in here. He obviously bought the case after he got the guitar. But it's made in Costa Rica. How about that? A Meritage case from Costa Rica, of course. But it's very heavily padded. It's burgundy. It's got all the padding in the spots that you want to see it underneath the neck pocket to prevent any damage. It's also got the piece that comes down over the neck to hold it secure. And this case, it's like it was made for that guitar. It does not move. I put it in here and it's like, wow, that guitar is never going to bang around inside this case. So I got to tell you, it's just a magnificent case for a magnificent guitar. I'm so excited to be representing the first Plummer guitar from our shop with this one because it's absolutely spectacular. 2003, and it's just hardly played. I mean, the frets look like they have never been touched. So it definitely needs someone to put some chords into this guitar. So check it and all of our really cool guitars out at www.lawmanguitars.com. And I really appreciate you watching my demos. I've been getting a lot of notes from you out there, and I'm really happy to hear you enjoy them. Believe me, we enjoy making them for you. Thanks a lot for watching.